What case are we on? Oh, case 3. Right. This is the secondary case. I have 2 more cases after this to cover, and I want to die every time I review one of these cases because it's just so long. Anyway, let's get started. So, top, you know how this works. We've got 3 layers of crap here. Cars, sorry, not crap. Anyway, today we'll be this is the 2000s case, I guess. I don't see any 90s. Well, one 90s car. Whatever. Anyway, first we have Ed Barrier's rookie run car from 2000. This is from Racing Champions. It's a pretty nice promo. I'm going to fix the lighting here. There we go. So now it doesn't look as cancerous. This is a plain red car. Came with, God, that's going to fall again. And then my friend Andrew won't make fun of me again. So anyway, yeah, that's this one. Here's a 90s one. It's Sterling Marlin's Capio Iced Cappuccino Ford. This is made by Matchbox, and the suspension is pretty neat on it. My stepdad bought that for me for Christmas one year. Here's the M&M's Halloween one. This is one of my favorite cars. I'm not a fan of the number font on it. It's pretty weird. This is one of my favorite cars. Every time I played NASCAR Thunder 2003, I'd always choose this car just because I thought the jug on the back was pretty neat. Like, how did they get the jug on there? So, here's one of the customs that I bought. This is Mike Bliss 2007 PBA.org Dodge. I almost said Ford. Very nice, clean car. I have reviewed it before, so if you want to check that out, make sure you look at it below. Here's the Nickelback Scott Riggs car. So that's pretty neat. This is one of my, this is a neat paint scheme. Too bad the band is questionable. Here's another Jeff Gordon scheme that I absolutely adore. It's the 2003 Pepsi Shards Chevrolet. I've had this since it came out, actually. I always loved that car. Here's the car 3 of the Gateway set that included Mike and Kenny. This is Rusty's car. Obviously has the arc on it. Arch, shut up. This is Jeff Fuller's JTG Doherty Racing Chevrolet from way back in like 1996. My stepdad bought that for me for Christmas one year. It's scary that I remember where all these cars come from. I have thousands of cars and I remember where they all came from. So that's probably why I can't do math very well. I'm thinking about other things. Anyway, here's a Scott Riggs rookie car. A lot of people don't know that this one exists. I didn't. Now, back in the 2000s, 2002 to 2012, I was a big Kurt Busch fan, so I have a lot of his cars from back then. This is one of my favorites. It's the Coke C2 Ford. My mom bought it for me for my birthday one year. Here's Kyle Petty's test car. I do love Kyle Petty, but this is just an absolutely neat car. I like the test cars. Here's a Rubbermaid commercial car. Once again, same birthday I got the Coke C2 one from. Here's a custom Eric McClure hefty Chevy. This is the one I bought this when I bought the PVA custom off of eBay. Another Kurt Busch that came with or came on my birthday. Holy shit, what happened to this tire? All the Goodyear scraped off. No! Oh well, I've had this for a very long time, so. Had it for 13 years already. 2007 Scott Riggs Dodge. Oh, I hate the front ends of these. Oh, they're so bad. Here's Kurt Busch's Blue Ice. This is another one I got from my mom. So here's Travis Quapple's Mobile One Dodge. This is the only release he had in the Winter Circle line. Ryan Newman's came in Team Caliber for whatever reason. Here's Jeff Gordon's Star Wars Episode 1 Chevy. This is a really nice car. I like the stars on it. That's pretty neat. I had the opportunity to buy the standard one of that at Goodwill, but I chose not to. Here's a nice double set. It's both of the Red Bull COY cars. There's a long story with this one. I waited 6 months for my friend Brandon to send these through the mail. Yeah, he gave them to me for free. All I had to do was pay for shipping. So, I'm not going to complain. Here's Bill Lester's 2006 Dodge. It's a pretty nice car, and I never see it around anymore, so it must have become rare. One of my favorite obscure cars that a lot of people forget about is this Jack Sprague Net Zero Chevy, which is also very nice. Here's one of the long-time cars I had. One of the very obscure cars they made back in the 2000s, which was Brian Vickers' number 60 Haas Chevy. He was going to be the quote-unquote next big thing. We saw where that went. I mean, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't setting the world on fire. So, I mean, yeah. Here's Bobby Labonte's 2006 Cheerios Hamburger Helper Dodge. It's, yeah, I don't know why this is in this big, but whatever. I like that car. It's pretty neat. Next we have Denny Hamlin's 2006 Rockwell Automation Chevy. To go along with this one, I have Mike Dillon's Rockwell Automation Chevy as well. So, that's pretty obscure knowledge. They kept the same paint scheme throughout, like, two different teams, 2 or 3 or something. Here's, a Little Debbie Ford for Ken Schrader. Came in a 3-car set. This is the only one that came in the standard action line. So yeah. Here's Steve Parks, his 2003 Pennzoil Chevy. He was actually in, his ride was being threatened as early as mid-2002, and he somehow kept it through mid-2003, so attaboy, Steve, we're all proud of you. Here's a 2008 Brad Keselowski Navy Chevrolet. These have become quite valuable as well, but I'm glad to have it in my collection. I saw it at Shopko once, and I didn't buy it. Instead, I bought as well as a David Ruderman UPS one. And I ended up buying the NASCAR 60 Years promo instead. Well, not one of the smartest decisions of my life. Here's Ward Burton's State Water Heater Chevy. This was the second to last release of Morgan McClure car. The last one was the State COT, which was made through the CFS line. Here's Tony Stewart's Monaco Diamond Rio Chevy truck made by Action. One of the last trucks made by Action, actually. To go along with Andy Petrie, we built his truck and his car. It's Mike Wallace's Autoliv Chevy. This is one of the obscure cars to come out, mainly because it was very uncommon for Racing Champions to release a pure unsponsored car, which that basically was. Here's Elliott Sadler's 2004 Texas Race Win car. Pretty nice. I bought it when it came out at Shopko, one of my favorite cars. So did this one. This is Casey Kane's Mountain Dew Dodge. So good looking paint. Such a good looking paint scheme. Jeez. I always forget how good these cars look. I'm going to move this back a little bit. Here's Ricky Carmichael's Monster Chevrolet. That's a pretty nice car. It's a Camping World East promo. Not K&N. It has Camping World on it. This is before they... Or was it after they... I don't fucking care. They sponsor the trucks now, obviously. Here's Dale Jarrett's Toys for Tots Ford. Whoa, excuse me, I burped. Race this at Atlanta or something. Deliver some love. Aww. So, and one car to go on the top tiers. We have 2005's Bill Elliott Stanley Tools Dodge. When I saw this at Kmart, I thought, wow, that's going to be such a rare car, who would have thought, a part-time team would have their car made? Wrong. It was the standard release. Here we go. This is a Winter Circle release. This is the Tony Raines DLP HDTV Chevrolet. Pretty neat car. Casey Kane's Ram Mega Cab. It's that big. They aren't lying. Greg Biffle's Busch Series Championship car. Now, the Granger is not the correct font on here. Hot Wheels had a tendency to make their own decals rather than use the standard issue ones. So, most of the contingencies are made by Hot Wheels. So, that's a bit weird. Here's some 2002 release of Todd Bodine's Kmart Blue Light Special Ford. They only lasted a few races before Kmart announced bankruptcy protection. The hood opens on this one, but I'm not going to bother opening it. Here's the Racing Champions version to go with the Team Caliber version of the Brian Vickers car. Like I said, back in 2003, Brian Vickers was the next big thing. Why do I have an ALMS car in here? That's a bit weird. Have some IndyCar cars here. I don't know who this is. I think it's somebody. Greg Simmons. We have Dario Franchitti as well. I don't have very many Indy cars in here, but the ones I do are pretty neat. I think this one is Briscoe, unless it's Kanan. It's probably Kanan. I don't know. Somebody will correct me. This is Juan Pablo Montoya. We've got, I forgot this one's name. I just bought them all in a lot for like $1.99 each. Because I feel like, oh, here's Marco Andretti. I felt like I needed some diversity in my collection, and there it was. This is a very rare promo. This is the Miller Genuine Draft Racing Champions car. Very rare, like I said. There was one that came with rubber tires, which I have, and one that came with plastic. So that's definitely a thing. Scott Riggs Herbie Fully Loaded Chevrolet. Pretty nice car. I got it in a lot. This is a one of the Dale Earnhardt cars that kind of pissed me off. It's his 2000 scheme, or 2001 scheme, on a 2005 generic Winter Circle body. Yeah. Dave Blaney's 2007 Caterpillar Toyota, which is another nice car. Kevin Harvick's Rockingham first start. Joe Nemechek's Certain Teed Chevrolet. My brother gave me this one after he found out how bad I wanted it. This is the original Jeremy Mayfield I got when I started buying Diecast. And it took me a good almost 10 years to start buying Diecast. This was one of the first I bought, along with a Brett Bodine Hooters, Dave Blaney Jasper, Stacy Compton Conseco, and a Jeff Green AOL, which is not in this one. I think it's in the first one. So yeah, this is one of my favorites, but you can see how beat up it is on it as well. So that's why it's got a sentimental value. Also, the windows are extremely yellowed. So, I mean, my dad is a smoker, or was. This is an error car. This is Scott Riggs' standard release. I use air quotes for that because it was the standard release. MBV wanted to use Pontiacs while everyone was on Chevys, but they decided that wasn't the way to go. Valvoline didn't want that, so it has Scott Riggs above the window, but it's a Pontiac. So that's the thing. Kevin Harvick, Kiss, good wrench. I have this in the first spin as well. I had more Kevin Harvick cars than I did Kurt Busch cars growing up, and I forgot to tell Kevin Harvick that when I met him. Felt like he might get a kick out of that. Snap-ons, Kevin Harvick car. Let's see what I got here. This is also a 2003 Steve Park. I have the non-hood open. This is a hood open action release. Ricky Bobby Laughing Clown. For those who are wondering where my Laughing Clown was. We have Michael Waltrip's Aaron's 50th anniversary one. There is a Kenny Wallace that goes with it. It was made on the generic body, the same as Dale Earnhardt. So Action did that to cut corners a lot in the 2000s. Hermie Sadler's Virginia's for Lovers car. I think my stepdad bought me that for Christmas one year. Casey Atwood's Sirius Dodge. I hate that mold so much. Here's a standard Jeff Gordon from 2004. I was a Jeff Gordon fan in the 90s, but around 2000 I switched to Michael Waltrip. In 2002 I switched to Kurt Busch. Bobby Hillen's Bus Fuses car. This was a second Bill Elliott racing car, and a lot of people don't know that, or do they care? 2002 Jerry Nadeau UAW Delphi Chevy. Very nice car as well. Here's a Neil Bonnet Budweiser KFC Chevrolet, one of the Legends cars. Kyle Busch's Ditech.com Chevy from Nemco. It's kind of easy, but kind of hard to find as well. Someone in the middle of the road. Here's a Laguna. I think it's Darrell Waltrip's Gatorade car. Oh man, I got an ambulance too. Sweet, that's what I've always wanted. I'm going to put that aside. Here's John Andretti's Pop Secret Dodge. This is a very nice car. I love the red numbers on there. I feel like it adds something to the car. Oh boy, it's not focusing. I'm just going to move it to an empty spot here. Jeff Gordon's Chroma Premier car. Very nice looking car as well. I think the real one... no, that was Chroma Illusion. Never mind. Jeremy Mayfield's reverse Dodge scheme. He raced this a few times in 2005. Elliott Sadler's 2007 with the butt ugly nose. Like, it's just so off-putting. God, I don't know how to explain it. Oh my god, we got so many. Here's a Tony Kanaan Indy car. That's pretty neat. What else do we have here? Oh, we got a AJ Foyt Racing ABC promo as well. God damn it. So many. Wally Dallenbach's red cell batteries Ford. This was a promo, and the axle's broken on the back, so I don't know what to make of that. Here's Kyle Busch's CarQuest Chevy. Here's another Jeff Green AOL Chevy from 2003. Kevin Harvick's Reese's Chevy. We've got 2008 Jeff Burton AT&T car. For whatever reason, these were hard to find. The Oreo Ford, driven by Greg Biffle. Even though I think in NASCAR Thunder 2004, this car is driven by Jeff Burton. So I don't know who really drove it. I think Burton did. This is a Jeff Gordon Pepsi car from 2005. I prefer, or was it 04? Who cares? Somebody will tell me. I prefer the Pepsi Shards one and the one from the other Pepsi one from that year, I think. Here's the original Jeff Green AOL car, so that goes with the Mayfield Dodge here. Move that aside. We've got 3 more to go, which I'm going to show you quick here. Here's the Dale Jr. Stained True Music Chevy. I bought that in a lot. Here's Jimmy Johnson's 2004 Chevy. I'm going to put this over here. My other ones. And finally, Kurt Busch's rookie car. This car is pretty weird because it doesn't have contingencies on it. Oh. So that's my, this is my 3rd bin. I have 2 more bins to go. Fucking kill me.